John Jenkinson with you here on this Tuesday morning. Let's get into these markets. We'll start over here in the corn futures here today. After some big sales yesterday and today, let's see where the corn market is headed. Higher. September up 7 1/4, but that doesn't have as many trades on it. It's in delivery. The December contract is actually up 6 at 360 1/4, and that's only a half a penny under the high. March is up 5 3/4 at 373. So we're moving further and further away from that 350 level. November soybeans are up 13 at 870 3/4, and that's only about 1 penny underneath the high of the day so far. January is up 12 1/4 at 884 1/4. What about Chicago wheat today? The December is up 5 1/4 at 479 3/4. July is up 6 1/4 at 490 1/4. The Kansas City wheat market for December is up 4 1/4 at 402 1/4. The July is up 3 1/4 at 435. Here with us, Todd Horwitz with Bubba Trading joins us today to talk about all of this. Todd, it's good to see you again today. All right, as far as these grain markets here, all of a sudden we seem to have this enthusiasm that's come back to the market, and we're one day closer to a pretty big report from USDA. What gives here today?
Good morning, John. Well, I think there are some rumors floating around that there's more talk in the trade and that China is going to buy more grains. So I think that might have been part of the impetus, but you and I talked a little bit about this yesterday, that they were kind of finding and searching for a bottom. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of pullback from here, maybe cut the gains in half. But again, as long as we can hold those lower levels, I think we've got a great chance to go higher, and we may have seen their lows. I hope this is not just based on rumor, because I do believe that no matter what the USDA report is on Thursday, they've already priced in about as much bad news as you could possibly find. They'd have to look under a lot of rocks to find any more bad news in the grain markets. So I think we're in pretty good shape. As long as we can hold these levels, I think the bottoms are probably in and we can start to work our way higher.
That's the next question I was headed for. Is it too early to say that the bottom is in here? Because we got down pretty close to some pretty big levels here in the support.
We got some pretty ugly levels. I would say this, John. We don't predict bottoms, but certainly I would say the risk reward is if you were shorting here, I think that there's a much higher probability that we go higher from here. So if I were going to lay the price, I would say, you're an 80% chance we go higher, 20% chance they could still try and test the lows. So I think we'd be in pretty good shape looking for higher prices from here.
Todd, I want to get your thoughts on crude oil. I know you follow that market a lot as well as a lot of other markets. And crude oil here today is down 15 cents, now 12 cents on this nearby. A little bit of softening here, but not too much of a movement.
Well, I think, something just happened, John, about 10 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to figure out what the news was. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, news, but something happened. Crude oil dropped over $1 in less than 5 minutes. So there's some kind of news that I'm sure will surface shortly here, and it may have something to do with John Bolton resigning from the White House. Again, they timed up together news-wise. Again, it looks like crude wants to go higher. Again, I still believe that before year's end, we're going to see the high 40s, but you've got the Saudi Aramco deal coming out, and there is some funny games going on trying to keep these prices up while they try to get these IPO launched. So I think that, again, for today, it looks like they're going to at least test 60 in the next couple of days, but I do think that we've got a great chance to go back into the high 40s before the year is over.
Todd, thank you so much, especially for the very late minute information here on what's going on. Todd Horwitz with Bubba Trading. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll be back in just a moment and continue our delving into these markets. We'll get to the livestock next here on the Market Day Report.